My name is Cheryl Gunther, and I'm a 23-year survivor of breast cancer. Feel very blessed to still be here and share my story.
I'm Cheryl Snyder, and I am a 2-year survivor of breast cancer and feeling very thankful for the 2-year survivorship.
Hi everyone, my name is Ann. I am a 2.5-year breast cancer survivor. I was watching Hallmark, don't laugh, and I just happened to have an itch, and I scratched and felt a lump and was very shocked. Was like, that didn't feel right. So I checked the left side didn't have it. So I immediately knew that something wasn't right. And that's what I had been very bad and not got my mammograms. I am very much an advocate for mammograms now. Every year, whenever the doctor tells you, go get them.
One of the scariest parts for me when I found out when I was diagnosed with breast cancer was I personally had not known anyone that survived cancer. So I kind of assumed that I wasn't going to survive it either. So I started putting my affairs in order and getting ready for what I was expecting. One day in the oncologist's office, I was sitting there kind of having a pity party where I was, why me? I'm only 42. Why is this happening? And a lady walked in with her 15-year-old daughter, and the 15-year-old daughter's the one who had cancer. And at that point, which I had a 15-year-old daughter at the time, so at that point I decided, why not me? And I tried to live it that way from that day forward, because I would not give cancer to anyone, even my worst enemy. So to go through it, so I became very strong and I survived, and I am so happy to be here 23 years later. I think if I had to describe my journey in one word, I would definitely have to say blessed. I feel like God has helped me through all of this. I am so blessed to have my family. I am so blessed to have my daughter and her kids and watch them grow. And I have an amazing husband as well that's helped me through all of this.
So describing my journey in one word would be hope. Never give it up. After, round 24 and you've got 6 left to go, and you're walking into the doctor's office like this because everything burns and you've got like 2nd-degree burns on you. It's a little bit of pain, it's a little bit of discomfort, but just hope that you'll get through it, and hope that someday they'll find a cure and that no other women have to go through this, and join this little club that we pray that no one else joins. So the most surprising part about this whole journey, from the beginning to the end, was how strong of a person I was. It really, I guess I just didn't know how strong I was, but people would come up to me and just say, God, you've been so strong through all of this. We would never have guessed. You're always so happy and so positive. And in my head, I'm like, if they only knew what went on in my head, because there was a lot of times where there was a lot of self-doubt, going through surgeries and like the double mastectomy. I took a week off from work, which was really hard, just to not do anything. But I also knew that by not doing anything, I was helping myself recover. So my decision to go back to work so quickly, it helped me not think about the cancer that was inside of me. They removed 5 lymph nodes, and all 5 of them had cancer. So they didn't have clear margins. So knowing that I wasn't in the clear yet, it was like I just had to keep my life going. And it was just being able to think about something other than just sitting in a chair, thinking about everything that was going on inside of me that I had no control over. By going back to work, I had control.
My mother had just passed away in February, and I was diagnosed in April. And it was a hard thing, to lose your mother to cancer, a different kind of cancer, and then be diagnosed 2 months later. But my strength came from the Lord, knowing that whatever the end result was, that I was going to be okay.
I have an amazing husband and daughter that took care of me and saw that everything was done the way it should be done. And they really helped me through this with the love and support. And then, of course, praying to God to help me through it. I had the faith and that I was going to survive it. Any of the events that are done for breast cancer. For example, with the Susan G. Komen walk and the Making Strides walk, and also the Think Pink event. You walk in and you feel like the most special person in the world. Somehow they make you feel like a queen.
Right before I was getting ready to go out for my double mastectomy, I was at work, and all of a sudden I look up and the entire department is standing in front of my desk. So I look up and all of a sudden one of the girls comes around and just drops this big basket of stuff on my desk. And it was a blanket, which is my favorite blanket. And there was a mastectomy pillow. They gave me candles, they gave me books, a color, like a crossword. It just didn't dawn on me how many lives I had touched in the department. So it was just the sweetest thing. And I'm like, you guys, I mean, they really made me cry. My daughter was active duty in the Navy, and I hadn't told her yet. Right before Labor Day, when I found out. So I was trying to convince my daughter. She was going back and forth about, do I come home? Do I not come home? She was stationed in Florida, and she was in the barracks at the time. So I had her, one of her roommates in the barracks, her phone number. So I called her and I said, hey, here's what's going on. I need you to talk to your command and get her approved for leave so that way she can come home. I said, I have breast cancer and I want to tell her face to face. So she totally got the assignment and was working with her command to get my daughter approved to come home for leave. And then little did I know until after my daughter got back, another one of her shipmates, her mom, when they were on deployment, passed away from breast cancer. So she was very familiar, and my daughter's command wanted her to have support when she came back. So that when my daughter came back, she would have the support she needed.
When I went to the doctor, I did not go alone.
Never.
I mean, when we went to the doctor, it was Jamie, Rachel, my husband, and me. And the staff would have to make some extra room.
It was an entourage.
Yeah, and they loved it.
Yeah. And being an advocate, that was a joy to me when I could ask questions that gave her comfort and gave her peace that maybe she didn't think about, or I was looking 2 steps ahead to recovery and she was still stressing about the surgery, understandably. But as the caregiver, I needed to know, what are these steps?
One of the ways that I would recommend to caregivers is to protect the positivity if you're taking care of somebody with the cancer. Don't let people come around and talk about negativity and draw them down. They have to keep the hope and obviously the faith, but they have to keep where they're upbeat.
Being a caregiver, although we do need to take care of ourselves, it's a very selfless journey. And that's a call to honor for yourself, to put what you want on the back end for a time to help someone else get through their side, and to be able to be empathetic enough to know this isn't I'm not going to have to go through this chemo. I'm not going to be hanging over the toilet vomiting. I'm not going to have food aversions. That's them. And giving them the dignity, their own dignity, to make those choices about themselves. I wasn't the one that was going to have to go through the rehab. I wasn't the one that would have to go through all the pain. I wasn't the one that was going to have to look down and not have breasts anymore. And so, that was very important to me, that no matter what I thought or what I would do if it was me, and we can all say that, but I wanted to honor her choice, because it was her choice, and it's her body, and it's her emotions, and it's her heart that had to heal.
And I would like to give a tribute to my daughter, Jean Spencer. She was only 14 at the time, going through her teenage years, but she totally put all that on hold while she totally took care of me the best she possibly could. There was a time when I was going through chemo that I had trouble seeing, and I was an avid reader. So she would lay in bed with me and just read books to me, just because she thought that would help me. She went out and bought me some audio books so that I could listen to them. And just the little things like that. She would, when I lost my hair, she would lay there with me, and she offered to shave her head as well, but I didn't let her do that. But she would lay there with me and just hug me, and that meant the world to me. And Jean is truly my best friend. She's my best friend in the world. She has been since the day she was born. And so I just can't tell you how much I have appreciated her.
My husband never did. He just wanted me to know that, baby, whatever you do, I support you.
Even as painful and as questioning, no pathology was back yet, there was a lot of unanswers that we didn't have, and we had each other. We were sitting there on the couch, we were laughing and
Holding a pillow.
But you know, we didn't have all the answers, and that was okay, because it was an honor to whatever we needed to do. If it was make whip topping to make her laugh and to make her smile and to give her something to be happy about, even for a moment, it was serving her with honor.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
One of the other things that I found that was really helpful was trusting my doctor and nurses. They seemed to have it down to a science where they could tell you exactly the next step, what was going to happen before it ever happened. So I wasn't scared when it happened because I was prepared. They could tell me a week or two before it was going to happen. And that helped my whole mindset so much.
One of the hardest things that I ever did with cancer, with this breast cancer journey, wasn't the chemo, wasn't the radiation. The hardest part was losing my hair. I had several hairdressers come up to me to say, "You've got the perfect head," and it would make me laugh. But it does grow back, but feel the emotions. You know, it's your hair. It's pretty significant. Find yourself the cutest hat or the cutest wig to make yourself feel beautiful and special. But it was the hardest thing for me. I did not let chemo take it. I figured if the chemo was going to take it and cancer was going to take my hair, then I was doing it on my terms.
Whatever stage you're in right now, my suggestion and advice would be to plan ahead for help. You're going to need it. They tell you you can't lift your hands above your head for 6 weeks. It's not very comfortable. And when you have to have help showering, it's uncomfortable. Get a team ready to help you, and be ready to humble yourself and ask for help.
I think what survivorship means to me personally is that I have beat a horrible disease at this time. I have been able to just continue to move on and be able to be there for other people and try to be an example and not a hindrance to others.
Survivorship means I'm still alive, and I'm going to fight every day to stay alive. Just being able to talk to my daughter and talk to my son. And
Survivorship lets you be able to forewarn people of maybe warning signs you didn't pay enough attention to. Survivorship means you have an opportunity now to be a grandmother, to be a great-grandmother possibly, to continue to be a wife, to have the opportunity to grow and to make a difference.
I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song.